I wanted to spend some time talking about the risk register. And how you structure your risk register really does depend on your project, your organization, and it will manifest itself in the risk management plan that has been created, because at that point you'll really design what this risk register is about. For the course, I want to spend some time exploring the different items that might be included in your risk register. So here is an example, and we'll focus on risk identification. First, every risk has a unique number, and that ensures that when we're communicating risk, we have that unique identifier so that we know that we're all talking about the same risk. The second piece looks at setting up the risk statement, written in the same format that we've talked about in our lesson. What is the cause of the risk, so its root? What is the condition, the risk event? And then what is the conclusion or the consequence, the impact of that risk? Also, in the risk management plan, we did talk about categories, and now what we can work to do is assign each risk into a category, though some risks may belong to more than one category. And we're doing this very purposefully because by aligning risks in the categories, well, they may be easier to communicate. That may certainly affect better risk analysis, and we may find some synergies in how we work to respond to those risks. So there are benefits to working to group the risks. The other reason that I like doing that is many times your risk list can get rather long, and so grouping it makes it easier for folks to communicate, to understand. Also, in the risk register, we are identifying the risk owner. In the risk management plan, we clarified what the role of the risk owner is, and now we are assigning the risk owner to the risk. The other thing that we can work to also identify here in the risk register is the trigger. How do we know that that risk is beginning to happen? And that may then clue us in to take a look at the response. Is the response working? Do we need to do something else around it? So how we do our risk, really we are starting to identify that in this risk register. So let's go through an example. Risk 1, the cause. Due to a lack of interest in volunteering and mentoring students. Condition, we may be unable to secure enough volunteers. And then the conclusion of the consequence, which will limit the number of teams that can participate. This category is around staffing and has been assigned to team member 1. And our trigger is when volunteer sign up is low by the midpoint of the activity.